I'll do it.
I did it last week.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the July 17, 2025 St. Tammany Parish School Board meeting. Ms. Coakley, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Green.
Here.
Ms. Hanson. Ms. Rutherford. Ms. Fauntleroy. Mr. Harrell. Ms. Martin. Ms. Moore. Dr. Peterson. Ms. Baker. Ms. McCollum. Ms. Lamey. Ms. Hurstis. Mr. Breaux. Mr. Kuzan. Ms. Rufino Gallagher.
Please stand for the invocation and pledge. Letting us all be here today. We ask your continued blessing on this school system, its leaders, administration, employees. Lord, bless this meeting. Let us please discern your wisdom as we make decisions for this school board and this school system that benefit the kids and its employees. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Would any board members like to recognize visitors? Mr. Harrell?
Thank you, President Green. I'd like to recognize Fifth Ward's principal and assistant principal, Mrs. Simmons and Ms. Hammonds.
Hello. Any others? Ms. McCollum?
Thank you, President Green. I would just like to thank Ms. Martin for chairing my my HR and education meeting last week in my absence and in Ms. Baker's absence at my co-chair. And I would also, since this was the discussion last week and it's on the consent agenda, I would like to thank the psychology teachers. I believe there were 19 of them that worked, 19 of our teachers, and more than half of them actually worked directly on the guideline. And then the others gave their input through Google Docs. I'd like to thank Mr. Hendricks and Ms. Sandy Holt for their work. With that, this was, I think this was mentioned as I watched the board meeting last week. Ms. Hurstis commented on it as well. And this was very tough for them to have to do at the end of the school year, which is a very extremely busy time for teachers and administrators and curriculum staff. So I really appreciate the work that they did, and I feel good about our teachers having the guideline that they have to go by. But also, it was a terrible time, but it was also the good that came out of it is they got to research the book and evaluate the book and the chapters well before the summer started, so therefore they could probably not have to worry about that so much during their summer vacation. So I just wanted to mention that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCollum. Any other board members? I see none, so I'll turn it over to Mr. Jabby for the superintendent update.
Hey, thank you, board members. Appreciate it. Just a few things. This week, I got to get on the lake with Charles Dowdy. He is a huge supporter of ours, and he has me on once a month, and we talk for about 20, 30 minutes about school system, about education, about, just what's going on right now. So I really appreciate Charles and this past week giving me a chance to kind of give a little update and a little kickoff for the school year. So I really do appreciate Charles and everything he does for us. I want to thank Mr. Burmaster. We had our packet day for all of our transportation department. In our transportation department, Mr. Burmaster did a tremendous job. It's a great event. It's an opportunity for everybody to get together, get their routes, get some questions answered. Mr. Alfonso sets up First Financial for them to get in and work with our employees and do what we want. Do what they need to do. Also, the Federation, Mr. Osborne, provided lunch for everyone that was there. So thank you all very much for that. And it's just a great event. It's a great way to kind of start the year and to get transportation off and make sure that they have everything they need. So I really appreciate them taking the time to make that happen. Next week, as I sent you, we have admin conference, so we are very fired up. We got a couple of administrators here. I know they're just can't wait to get back on Tuesday, and so we have all our administrators will be there. It's a great way to us to get back networking and back on the same page. Kind of go through some things. Every department presents. We take a lot of time diving into subject area, to grade levels, to what our schools need. So we're really excited about getting that going. And a reminder to board members, if you are available Wednesday, 12:30 for lunch, a little networking, and we take our group pictures. So if you can make it Wednesday, 11 to 12:30, that would be fantastic. So on Thursday, I'm going to miss part of admin conference. I'm on the Superintendent Advisory Council, so we are meeting Thursday next week. So I'm excited to get that. I haven't gotten that agenda yet, but I'm always thankful to be a part of that committee because I kind of can get a preview of some of the things that are going to be discussed at Bessie. So I appreciate the ability to do that. Couple last things. I don't know if y'all saw this today, but our Bessie representative, Mr. Paul Hollis, was recommended by the president for the position, I guess it's called Director of the United States Mint. I didn't know there was such a position, but obviously there is. And he's still got to go through, of course, the process and all that. But if he is nominated and he does accept the position, it said that the governor would have to appoint someone to that position. I don't know if it's for the rest of his term or if it's to the next election. I'm not sure how that works, but the governor would appoint that position. So I will keep you guys posted as soon as I know. I know that Mr. Hollis is very involved in currency, so I would be surprised if he wouldn't take the position. And so we will wait and see. We'll wait and see what goes on. So that was interesting. Like I said, I knew he was into currency and collections and doing that was his personal business, but I didn't realize he was that involved. But wow, just a couple cool. I'm gonna take a little note out of Miss Gallagher's book. So we have a couple of local athletes. So Covington High School's own Mason Estrada. I'm almost positive he was the valedictorian. I'm pretty certain he was. He was on scholarship to MIT, which is unbelievable. And he got drafted in the 7th round to the Dodgers, that's truly unheard of. It really is. MIT is not a baseball powerhouse. And I can't even imagine. I was lucky enough to have some students at North Shore over my career that went to MIT, and they just said the commitment to just class is off the chains. And for him to play baseball and then be drafted in the 7th round is absolutely amazing. So congratulations to the Estrada family. They've all gone through Covington High, so congratulations to them. And I am going to give a little plug to St. Paul's. Cade Anderson, who grew up in Mandeville, Madisonville area. His dad actually grew up in Slaughter, was the 3rd pick overall in the draft from St. Paul. So congratulations to Cade. I know his family, he's got ties in this parish. Great kid. He overcame a horrific injury as a sophomore. He had to have Tommy John surgery as a sophomore, and so he made it back from that. So congratulations to him. I'm really happy for those guys. So that's all I've got, and we are looking forward to next week and kicking off the school year. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jabbia. Any questions? I'll start with Ms. Hanson.
I just wanted to make a comment. Again, congratulations to Mason Estrada. He was the valedictorian, or one of the ones, not valedictorian, top of class. But I also want to say thank you for acknowledging Cade Anderson. I know he's a private school student, and we obviously are supporters of public school, but we're supporters of students, and we're supporters of, and all students in St. Tammany Parish and all parents and citizens in St. Tammany Parish. We want them to support public schools, and they do. So I'm glad we're recognizing him because he did an amazing job at the College World Series and 3rd pick overall. So, and he's a very dedicated young man.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to he and Mason.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hanson. Any other questions for Mr. Jabbia?
I just want to say, Mr. Jebby, that I had it screenshot on my phone to say at the meeting, and I totally forgot, so I would have stolen your thunder again, and I
No doubt.
apologize, but I'm glad you got to do it.
Got you. Thank you.
So moving on, we have a special recognition tonight, so I'm going to invite Ms. Pennison up to recognize our 2025 Louisiana School Health Service Provider of the Year finalist.
Good evening, Superintendent Jabby and board members. This evening, I'd like to recognize one of our district employees. Ms. Carrie Kritzky is a mental health provider and was nominated by Fifth Ward Junior High as an Outstanding Health Provider of the Year. We are proud to announce that Carrie was then recognized as a Louisiana State finalist in Baton Rouge last month. Mr. Jabby and I got to attend with her. She was recognized there. It was a great week. Please watch the following video that recognizes Ms. Kritzky as possessing all of the qualities required to deserve this recognition at the state level.
Let's talk about some strategies to deal with anxiety. It has been such an honor to be named a finalist for the Louisiana Department of Education School Health Service Provider of the Year program. I love working here at Fifth Ward Junior High. It's really exciting to have an opportunity to work with our amazing staff and teachers and to be able to help the students be successful and to prepare them for their future goals.
We are so honored that Ms. Carey is a state finalist for the School Health Provider of the Year competition in the state of Louisiana. It's a win for our students, it's a win for us as a school and as a community. She's so important.
As a mental health provider, my main purpose is to help give students the necessary tools they need to manage any emotional dysregulation they may have in the classroom.
Ms. Carey has helped me through my anxiety, and this has not only made me just a better student, but a better person. I mean, Ms. Carey has become a great person that I can rely on, and for that, I love Ms. Carey.
At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Carey to accept this plaque of recognition and have your friend stand with you to be recognized, friend, husband. Okay, I didn't want to assume. To come accept this recognition.
Thank you.
We're very proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to say anything? You're welcome to.
Y'all, thank you very much for this. I really appreciate this award and recognition here at the board meeting tonight, so thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
And we also would like to thank our Channel 13 team for their fantastic video and just continued support of our recognition program. So thank you very much.
Any board members like to comment? I'll just say on behalf of the board, we thank you for being part of this system. And the voters several years ago made it a priority in the school system to make sure that we are covering mental health and safety when they voted to earmark a millage so we could have MHPs and SROs at our schools. And it's really just an invaluable asset and resource to this system to have folks like you and others that are providing mental health across our school system. So thank you for what you do from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate it. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is our consent agenda. Are there any board members that need to remove an item? I see none, so let me read through that. Item B is approval of minutes for the regular meeting held June 12, 2025. Item C, approval of minutes for the special meeting held June 12, 2025. Item D, recommends acceptance of a resolution adopting portions of Executive Order JML 24-114 for the purpose of procurement of copyright materials and publications, other goods and services. Item E, recommends acceptance of a new job description, educational interpreter, provisional. Recommends acceptance of a new job description, educational interpreter qualified. Item G, recommends acceptance of a new job description, educational interpreter highly qualified. Item H, recommends acceptance of Salmon High School female locker room and home side concessions as substantially complete, subject to architect's recommendations, submission of all regulatory requirements, and approval of Superintendent Jabbia, STPPS project number P0435. Item I, recommends acceptance of Bonnie Cole Elementary School paving repairs, asphalt mill and overlay as substantially complete, subject to architect's recommendations, submission of all regulatory requirements, and approval of Superintendent Jabbia. STPSB project number P0307. And do I have a motion? Mr. Brose. Thank you, sir. Do I have a second? See Mr. Kuzan. Any comments from the public? Any from the board? Please vote. And the consent agenda passes unanimously. Item 4 is agenda items. A, appropriate retirement resolutions for the following certificated personnel subject to June 12, 2025. Mr. Alfonso.
Thank you, President Green, Superintendent Jabbia, and Board. Lisa F. Selzer, Boyette Junior High, 33.81 years, 31 years in St. Tammany. Stephanie D. Creel, Folsom Elementary, 25 years, 11 years in St. Tammany. Cicely C. Prestridge, Harrison Curriculum Center, 29.8 years, 29 years in St. Tammany. Nancy E. Rhodes, Harrison Curriculum Center, 27 years, 26 years in St. Tammany. Bridget T. Thomas, Lee Road Junior High, 27.99 years, all in St. Tammany. Stephen J. Grimion Jr., North Shore High, 25.99 years, 14.99 years in St. Tammany. James M. Stevens, Salmon High, 31.52 years, 27.89 years in St. Tammany. Karen R. Evans, Slidell High, 14 years, all in St. Tammany. Joseph L. Favre, Slidell High, 34.67 years, 24.9 years in St. Tammany. Sharice H. Giles, Chafunkta Middle, 34.56 years, 22 years in St. Tammany.
Thank you, Mr. Alfonso. Do I have a motion to accept the resolution? Ms. Hanson? A second by Ms. Rutherford. Any questions from the public? Any from the board? Ms. Gallagher?
I just want to say that Ms. Selzer's been an amazing teacher from way back when my stepdaughter went there, and then I lost this thing, so my vote came up. And then Grimion from North Shore, I'm not sure if anybody is more scared of one individual than Mr. Grimion at North Shore High School, so some of the students might be happy he's going, but I know that he's done an amazing job. And then, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't James Stephen the band director at Salmon High?
I think you're
I feel like
correct.
he was the
Yeah, I
band
think you're
director. He's
correct.
been an amazing band director at Salmon High, so they are gonna lose an invaluable part of that. So he's done an amazing job. So best of luck to all of them.
Thank you. Any other comments? Ms. Martin?
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Giles. She taught my oldest and at Chafunkta, and we were very lucky to have her, so thank you.
Ms. Rutherford? I'm sorry, Ms. Fauntleroy.
Just making sure. I just want to congratulate, it says Bridget Thomas, but that is Miss Susie, and everybody knows Miss Susie. She is famous at Lee Road. She is the one and only. She's truly unique, and she will be missed in the ag department. So best of luck to her.
Okay, please vote. That motion carries unanimously. Item B is the appropriate retirement resolutions for the following employee support services personnel subsequent to June 12, 2025.
Thanks again, President Green, Superintendent Jabbia, and Board. Donald C. Dupree, Alton Elementary, 20.22 years, all in St. Tammany. Corinne C. Blanchard, Central Office, 33.71 years, 29.88 years in St. Tammany. Deborah P. Guerrera, Central Office, 33.06 years, 18.06 years in St. Tammany. James T. Incaprera, Central Office, 5.37 years, all in St. Tammany. Virginia V. Traig, Covington Elementary, 23.42 years, all in St. Tammany. Wade C. Gottschalk, Covington Warehouse, 33.02 years, all in St. Tammany. Scott E. Smith, Covington Warehouse, 32.39 years, all in St. Tammany. David E. Lee, Slidell High, 17.75 years, all in St. Tammany. Timothy E. Badon, Slidell Warehouse, 16.62 years, all in St. Tammany. Jerry W. Esslinger, Transportation Center, 24.54 years, all in St. Tammany. And James P. Warner, Transportation Center, 14 years, all in St. Tammany.
Thank you, Mr. Alfonso. Can I have a motion to accept the resolution? Ms. Gallagher, and a second by Mr. Kuzan. Any comments from the public? See none. Any from the board? I'd just like to give a shout out to Mr. Incaprera. I bet you he's watching at home. So thank you for your service to the system, and I sincerely hope you enjoy your retirement. Let's please vote. And that motion carries unanimously. Next item on our agenda is public comments, and Ms. Underwood. I'm trying to break Mr. Kuzan's record, but I don't think I'm going to get there.
Miss Giles actually taught me gifted 3 years in middle school, so she was a great teacher, and that's really cool that I'm glad she's able to retire now. I think she's going to teach somewhere else, not sure. But, okay, so I wanted to take a second. I am not sure, I don't think it was presented in a board meeting yet, so I was just going to go ahead and do it. If it was, then we get to hear it twice. The Best of St. Tammany came out, and we had 3 schools that were actually voted in. Madisonville Elementary got gold, first place for Best of St. Tammany 2025 for elementary school. Mandeville High School got bronze, third place, high school, Best of St. Tammany. And Lake Harbor Middle got silver, second place for middle school. And every other school in there was a private school. So I just wanted, we're really proud of our public schools for making it in there. So congratulations. I do want to also take a minute to thank my staff as well, because the Federation got gold for best customer service for Best of St. Tammany, and my staff, they're just amazing. So we couldn't have got that without them. And they helped us get third place for best of work. So that was really cool. First place for best of work was St. Tammany Health System. So they have a lot of employees. And the one before us, second place, they had over 400 employees. So our little office voted and got us in there. So I wanted to thank our employees, my staff, and I also wanted to congratulate our schools, the 3 schools that got in here. So that's St. Tammany 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Underwood. A few quick announcements. Students return on Wednesday, September 6th with Smart Start 8. August. Oh, I said September.
You read it wrong.
I read that wrong, but I wish it was September. Maybe that's what I was seeing. Students return on Wednesday, August 6th with Smart Start A through L. The August Committee as a Whole meetings will be held on Thursday, August 7th at 6 p.m. at Brooks Educational Complex. The board meeting, that's in Slide L, the board meeting will be on August 14th at 6 p.m. at the Brooks Educational Complex in Slide L. The public hearing on the budget will be on August 21st at 6 p.m. at Shane. And please check board docs for handouts and for updated directories. And with no further business, this meeting is adjourned.
6:23.